Ladies and gentlemen, taking the field is the Council Rock North Marching Band.
The Council Rock North Marching Band. Thank you.
My body is
Breathing. I'll be right back.
Follow me to Finny McGee's Pub, winner of Bucks Happening list for Best Irish Bar in both 2024 and 2025, and the 2025 winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour runs 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2.50 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Stop by for trivia every other Tuesday night. Finny's is the perfect place to catch your favorite sports games. Be sure to follow Finny McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finny McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
Welcome to Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience. With over 8,000 square feet of brand new, name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a cutting-edge outdoor fitness rig, every workout takes you further. Whether it's personal training, group fitness, small group sessions, or our specialized speed school for high school athletes, Transcend is where results are built and limits are broken. Come see how we are redefining fitness right here in Newtown.
Dress to the Nines Consignment Shop is the best place in the Newtown area to get your fashion styles for the upcoming fall. From clothing to bags to jewelry, there's nothing you can't find at the one-stop shop to up your style. To get in on the action, you can visit us at 9 North State Street or call at 215-944-8907, or you can always reach out to us on Instagram.
Thursday night in Newtown, Pennsylvania, and the lights of Walt Snyder Stadium are shining bright on another chapter of Suburban One League football. Tonight, it's the Council Rock North Indians and the Truman Tigers, two teams still searching for that elusive first victory of the season. Both sit at 0-4, and with the stage set here under the primetime lights, one of them will finally leave with momentum, confidence, and a reason to celebrate. The weather couldn't be better. Clear skies, a light breeze, and temperatures resting comfortably in the low 70s. The band is playing, the stands are alive, and there is an undeniable sense of anticipation in the air. Good evening, everyone. I'm Daniel McDevitt, and it's a pleasure to bring you tonight's action here on the Rally Sports Network. As always, we'd like to thank our outstanding sponsors who make this coverage possible. Transcend Fitness, Finny McGee's Pub, and Dress to the Nine. Now let's meet the talented team bringing you tonight's action. The man of many hats calling the shots in director's chair, filling in for Michael Telligan, is Ethan Whitney. Hosting our halftime show is myself and Ethan Whitney. Up top on the high angle camera is Ethan Lavosi. And the man also in the booth with me, the man of many hats, Ethan Whitney.
Thank you. Taking over Mike's job tonight won't be easy, but pretty sure we can get it done.
And 2 roles. Now, Ethan, both Council Rock North and Truman enter this 1-0-4, each desperate to pick up their first win of the season. What's the one factor you think could decide which team finally breaks through tonight?
I think every game we watch with Council Rock North, you get the same sort of message. It's they have to be better in the trenches, and it's the same thing with what we saw from Truman a year ago. If really this game, in my opinion, is going to be won by the team whose offensive and defensive lines play better. So that's what this is going to come down to, and that's really what you feel like every North game has come down to for the past couple seasons.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at this game and you kind of think about who's been the better squad. That's what you always look at when you look at your stat sheet, and it's going to be a tough one to figure out who's going to come out on top. It's going to be about picking up momentum early and keeping that momentum. Both squads need to keep the momentum. It's one thing to get momentum for a little while, but you got to keep that momentum for this entire game.
Absolutely, and even furthermore for this season, each of these teams just looking for a little momentum to build off of. Council Rock North Truman was Council Rock North's only win last year. It was a 16-13 victory and a frankly pretty ugly game. They got a safety, which ended up being one of the biggest plays in that game. So each team really looking for a cleaner game of football here tonight.
So North is going to elect to receive the ball from the left side of the field here. So they'll get started first. Now, we're going to take a quick break to honor America here on the Rally Sports Network. So we'll be back with you in just a second.
If everyone would please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Ethan. Zoom in. Brown here. Get the man. Like get the man.
Kickoff incoming here on the Rally Sports Network as Bryce Beitler gets ready to kick things off for the Truman Tigers. And here we go. We're off and away in this Suburban 1 League matchup, and this one is shanked towards the sidelines. That's going to be an easy flag. So a quick one to start us off there. You can't do that.
And Dan, one of the things I wanted to touch on.
So your Indians will start tonight.
Go for it.
Just letting the announcement get called. One of the things I wanted to talk about that this game is looking into Truman's head coach, a fascinating person. He got a litany of facts about him. We'll get to some of them later, but he was a linebacker at James Madison University at the time. They were an FCS school where he was a 2004 FCS champion. He is known for kind of reviving some of the high schools around the area. It's not off to a great start at Truman, but they have faith that long term he can turn this team into a contender again, and it's hard to doubt him.
Yeah, that's an incredible accolade. James Madison University just recently making the jump up to FBS Division I. So a quick handoff here to the outside, and pushing his way through for a few yards is Will Cabo. We saw a lot of him last season.
Yeah, last year he filled in at various skill positions, backing up quarterback Gio Koza. He's since graduated, so big test of what Cabo's got. He's a senior. He's only got one chance at this. So
ball snapped, rolling out. He's going to keep him himself. It's Cabo near side and just by the sideline. He's brought down at the 46.
You know, his kind of indecision there really helped him out. He didn't know whether he wanted to pitch or not, and the defense kind of just didn't know what to do. He takes it forward for the first down. This North offense off to a great start.
First down spotted at the 46. We'll wait to see the play call. Spread formation.
North lost a lot of their a couple of their wide receivers, rather, to graduation last year, so we'll see what that looks like.
Quick screen pass and wrapped up immediately is Owen Thompson. He was brought down by Raheem Bradley right where he stood.
Yeah, they go for the screen, not trying to get not letting Cabo unleash it yet. Just doesn't work there. They were ready for it. Bit of a slow pass as well.
Steps back, throws. Finds his man in the slot. And going down for about a yard is Dexter Moore.
I think something that is worth noting is North kind of knows how to beat Truman and specifically beat them late. They were down by just about 2 scores going into the fourth quarter of their game last year. They scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, run away with the win. So I don't expect them to be too nervous about that.
They faked a pass and run it up through the middle as once again Brian Kadish is going to get him about 2 yards, but the offense staying out for fourth down. This is going to be a critical one. They got 2 receivers on the far side. They're playing zone coverage, and there is a receiver who is wide open. That was number 17, Owen Thompson. So they called the timeout quite quickly. They thought the zone coverage would not work there.
Yeah, clearly something was off there. So smart decision called that timeout. Like we said, their head coach, just so much experience. So I frankly wouldn't expect too many of those kind of mistakes. But obviously, Owen Thompson had a 1-on-0. So
yeah, and I can't wait to see how he coaches his team. Like you said, he was a linebacker, so you gotta wonder if he's much more linebacker heavy when it comes to managing his defense. It's one thing I'm curious watching him here.
Yeah, he's been defense his whole life. He was the all-city defensive end for his high school, Archbishop Ryan, back in the late 90s.
Archbishop Ryan.
Yeah, and was the team's offensive MVP as well. I mean, the guy's a man of many talents.
So a local guy, that is. One of the Philly Catholic League schools.
Can't help but just love his resume. Now they're going for the punt.
And so they're going to go for the punt here. It's a quick blitz by the Tigers. They're just going to let this one roll out of bounds, and out at the 21 it goes.
Like the decision there, 4th and long. Your offense, other than those initial 2 plays, didn't really have too much going. Put some trust in your defense, especially against the Truman offense that you defended pretty well last time you saw them. I get it's different teams, but have some faith in your defense there. I like the decision.
So the Truman Tigers are going to get their drive started here.
Offense was a big problem for them last year. They rarely cracked 20 points, only doing it. Correction, they didn't crack it once. Or that's correction, that's Council North. I'll figure that out in a minute.
Evan Hauser lined up under center.
Both
He's
are
got 2 backs. Wide receiver in motion. It's a jet sweep, and going to the outside is Raheem Bradley, and brought down for a gain of 2. It'll be a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, an early test of North's front 7 there. Expect to see a lot more of it. Really expect from both sides to see pounding the rock, really just trying to test how good the opposing team's linebackers and defensive tackles are. Like we said, for Council Rock North specifically, it's just been a recurring theme.
So the Tigers once again stack the line with 2 backs. Hauser's going to hand it off immediately. He's got some room up into the far side, and Coco Johnson makes his way for about a gain of 8. They're going to get a first down and a little bit more change.
Yeah, great yards after contact there. There's the problems for North, rearing their ugly heads there early. Can't let him get that many extra yards. And for North, it's a pretty new team. They have a lot of sophomores and juniors really stepping into these big roles. So interesting to see how that really correlates, especially with a relatively new head coach, just in his, I believe, 2nd season.
Interesting. So the ref stopped the clock for a second to let a player tie his shoe. Didn't realize that was a stoppage.
Look good, feel good, play good. I guess.
I just did not know you could stop the play clock for that.
Learn something every day.
Puts a receiver in motion. The first halfback is going to get the handoff, but absolutely clobbered at the line was Gavin Stone.
And he ran into a wall.
So they seem to be playing the same formation. They incorporate the 2 backs and impact the line. A receiver on each side. Once again, 2 backs. Handoff to Coco. Pushes his way forward and doesn't go really anywhere.
Already noticeable improvements there from North's front 7. You see really just all those numbers in the 90s up front. They're really getting in there well. Also got number 5, Max Chernetz. We saw some of him last year. Just doing a good job, wrecking stuff up.
Well, if you had plans after this game, Ethan, I'm sure you'll be able to make them because we got 2 big running offenses here.
Right.
And they are going to shave the clock quickly with these plays.
Shades of what we saw with Pennsbury a few weeks back.
Yeah, definitely. There goes the sweep. And the play goes well as Coco moves this one forward.
Yeah, well, if you're wondering how dedicated Truman was to their run game, a run to the outside on a 3rd and about 9 should tell you all you need to know. So it looks like they'll come after
down. They sent out the punt crew. And this is a interesting punt formation. Maybe they're trying to get him the jump. Timeout from South.
North.
Sorry, yeah, North. You get used to it. You get used to it. They're both the Rock.
There you go. That was I don't know if they were missing someone or what that punt formation was. It was certainly something.
Yeah, they had one center who was absolutely about to get clobbered. And then the rest were standing down by the sideline. Quite confusing play call, but, I'll put my faith in the coaching staff at Truman to say they knew what they were doing there.
Wonder if they're just going to come out with some sort of trick play now after that, or if they're just going to... Obviously, North came out looking like they were about to go for it, and then they call the timeout. They decide to punt. See if Truman gives us shades of deja vu.
Yeah, we'll see if the Tigers come out with the same formation. I assume head coach Brandon Garrett of the North Indians wanted to...
They're going to go for it.
Talk about that formation they saw, but they're going to go for it on 4th down. Hauser hands it off to Johnson. Johnson sweeps out to the far side, and the ball comes out, but we're going to see where they rule it.
Either way.
Where the referee stands, it might need to be measured.
Either way, a great tackle by number 1, Brady Pay. We'll see if he gets the credit for it.
Don't worry about the measurement. The referees gave him the first down, so the Tigers are going to continue to play.
Yeah, great bang tackle there, but just too short, or rather, not quick enough.
So here we go. Evan Hauser under center. Tosses the ball to Johnson. No flags. And brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. An arguable holding call there on the Tigers.
Yeah, he could have had that. Another great tackle, or great getting in there by Brady Pay, helped out by his teammates, Jawad Baruki. I mean, he's really just been involved so far earlier in this game. You love to see it, getting into a flow early. Especially for a North defense, you just saw even earlier in this drive struggle with yards after contact to really swarm to the ball there.
The center getting out there quickly. We're seeing a wildcat formation now. Direct snap and
there is a
flag on the field. We got
Somebody
laundry
jumped.
down there. So they brought out the wildcat formation there as Raheem Bradley took the snap.
Oh, they tried to get cute with it. Someone was a little bit too antsy. That's a tough play to run, obviously, but figured you'd have that one down.
Yeah, when you change up who's receiving the snap, the cadence gets off. You don't recognize the same guy back there, and that's what you can get. You can get a false start. Wildcat formation really needs to be done to perfection. We're going to see it again.
And a second and long with a run-heavy offense, they might have jumped again.
And yup, another false start. Like I said, when you change up the quarterback position, that's what you tend to see. The cadence gets changed up, and I'm really curious to see if they're gonna send him out again. Yup, okay.
Triple down, why not?
Yep, Raheem Bradley heading back out there. We're not going to see Evan Hauser.
This is devastating for such a run-heavy offense. Trying to put the pressure to get 22 yards on 2 running plays is certainly something. See if they eventually do go to the pass here. Obviously, quite the passing down on 2nd and 20.
And Raheem Bradley bobbles the snap, and he's just going to roll out to the far side. He's got some wheels and brought down at the 36. Got some good speed, but just ran out of running lane.
Max Trinette's in there again, forcing them out of bounds. And really for North, you just can't give up the big one here on, what is that, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16?
Yeah, so 3rd and a county over.
Have to imagine they're going to go to the air if they want to play the field position war. Run it, set up their punter a little bit better, but
we could see a pass here. Evan Hauser back out on the field. Receiver on the near side, one on the far side. 2 backs back there of Hauser. He steps back to throw. Tosses this one up and into the air and into the hands there of Raheem Bradley. We knew he had the wheels, and he flies down the sideline to connect with Evan Hauser.
yeah, it just looked like a bit of a miscommunication there between the North defensive backs on if they were going to pass him off. And he just ends up, you know, for a well-placed ball, a beautifully placed ball like that, essentially wide open. I mean, that's right where it needed to be. So some miscommunication, really biting both of these teams early.
Ah, man, you gotta have some amazing confidence right now if you are the coach of Truman, Frank McArdle, and Evan Hauser. You gotta have some confidence in him after seeing that pass. That was just a dime.
First pass of the game could not have been better.
Hauser hands this one off to Johnson. Johnson has some daylight down the far sideline and brought down at the 4. Just letting them through. Sneaks right through the B gap and off to the races he was.
Yeah, and the North front 7 just crumbling here early. They haven't been able to stop the run too well, and then obviously they just got blown up for that pass. So really just nothing really working right now. And for Truman, you love this. You can really run the ball at will. The one. Rather, North did.
Hauser connects with Bradley to finish the job, and the Truman Tigers go ahead by 6 to begin the game here. The handoff to Bradley, and he puts 6 on the board following his incredible catch earlier in the drive.
Yeah, North, they know they cannot have that happen. You can't have a 2nd and about 20 and then end up giving up a touchdown on the same drive. That's just something that cannot happen. They've got to make some adjustments here. And if you're Truman, rather, this is amazing. You got the run game moving. One pass is all you needed, and they can take a 7-0 lead here, barring the extra point, and it's good.
That one is good and might be good for another point. I mean, it landed in the soccer net.
I'll put 8.
So, hey, I'd give that 2 points, actually, for playing dual sports here.
Yeah.
So the Truman
Shohei Ohtani's
Tigers
got nothing on them.
are up 7-0. And what a beautiful play. So we'll get a quick word from our sponsors. Ethan, take it away. Seems we do not have a word from our sponsors.
Trying to find it.
The organization.
Let's see if I got it from memory. What is that?
No.
I think I do.
We are contractually obligated
I
to
do.
read what we have to do.
Turn your Hermes, Gucci, Louis Vuitton into cash. I got that.
Okay. That's dressed to the 9.
It's dressed to the 9.
Well, pull it up on your phone and we'll hear it from there. Or yeah, it should be in your email. Things move slow around the Rally Sports Network. What can we say? So the kick off and away, and it almost exactly in the same spot we saw it last time, but this time it's going to be returned. And getting away with it is Colin King. He had some room to run and turns a slight situation into a good play. That was honestly the exact same kick we just saw earlier to start the game, except that one didn't go out of bounds. It was returned by King. King gets up to the 41. And North gets started with great field position.
Yeah, Colin's got quite some jets on him. He is a very, very fast person, so not really too surprising to see that one there.
So here we go. The Indians offense. With a receiver on the near side. The formation shows run, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Max Chernetz pushes up towards the 49 is where they're going to mark it. And now they'll get 2nd and 2 to work comfortably in.
Max Chernetz getting involved on both sides of the ball here. He is clearly just a critical part of this team, and he's moving.
Flags thrown, and that one's probably going to be a false start. Yep, so North, just when things started getting good, are going to be pushed back.
Each of these teams really struggling with the communication. Now, North's got the new QB, 5th game into the season. Each team with relatively new head coaches, so got to make it work at some point.
So with 2 backs, they're going to hand it off again. Up goes Chernetz to the far side, and the ball's out. Truman says they have it. We'll see who the referees rule it to, and it's going to be North ball.
Or rather,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Tigers are going to get the ball. It's Tigers ball. Oh, man, what a turn of events for the North Indians.
Yeah, and in a game that's going to be, you imagine each team with these running offenses are going to get such limited possessions. That is crucial. Just cannot have that happen.
Yeah, when you work with a run-heavy offense, turnovers just can't happen because you have to really capitalize on every drive. You can't lose the ball. It can become so dire because you got to think about it. You're going shot for shot here.
Yep.
If they go up by 14, it's hard to get 2 scores.
And you got to think of a small world. That's a huge play right there for North to really get their small get back against a Truman offense that really ran the ball down their throats the last time. So to start off the next drive well is pretty big. See if they can keep it up here.
So 2nd and 10. They're showing run. They put a man in motion, and it's Raheem Bradley brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of about 5. Think it's going to be marked a loss of 4.
Yeah, again, a great play there. They read right through that, but North, they were just here on the last drive. They had us 3rd and long. No, they can't let up. Obviously, their quarterback just proved that he's got quite an arm back there. So, got to stay on your toes.
So a big Tigers 3rd and 14. Crucial here for the Indians.
See if they let him unload again.
Steps back. They let him throw and falls out of the hands here of Curtis Varee. Ah, man, it looks like the hit was coming in quick from the DB and just scared him a little bit there.
Yeah, he's got to have that one. North was playing relatively back, just trying to not give up the first down there. And it just falls right through his hands, simple as that. He knows he's got to have that one.
And it looks like Truman is bringing out their kicking team.
So they're going to punt this one away. Back by the 20 here is Braden Rogers.
Watch the big return. I mean, we've seen special teams play a big part in most of the games we've broadcasted.
So this ball sent
Not
sky
here.
high, and it looks like the Tigers are going to let this one roll out of bounds. So the ball placed at just about the 28. And the Indians are going to get back out onto the field following the fumble.
It's only because I said there'd be a big return. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't jinx it. It's the
That was on
caster's
me.
curse.
Transcend Fitness. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience with over 8,000 square feet of brand-new name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a state-of-the-art outdoor fitness rig. Transcend takes every workout further. From personal training and group fitness to small group sessions and their specialized speed school for high school athletes, Transcend is where records are built and limits are broken.
And a big man run there coming from number 25, Brian Kadish. He might be working out at Transcend Fitness with that run.
Right. Love to see that kind of. That's the kind of football North wants to play. That sort of ground and pound football. So great sort of momentum establisher there as they enter the second quarter. Just trying to build on something, you know.
So that is going to be the end of the first quarter, and man, did it fly by. We'll be back in just a second after a quick word from our sponsors.
Follow me to Finny McGee's Pub, winner of Bucks Happening list for Best Irish Bar in both 2024 and 2025, and the 2025 winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour runs 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday, with $2.50 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Stop by for trivia every other Tuesday night. Finny's is the perfect place to catch your favorite sports games. Be sure to follow Finny McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finny McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
Welcome to Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience. With over 8,000 square feet of brand new, name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a cutting-edge outdoor fitness rig, every workout takes you further. Whether it's personal training, group fitness, small group sessions, or our specialized speed school for high school athletes, Transcend is where.
Some raffle tickets to support.
So as we welcome you back into the booth, a quick run there by the Indians. Make it a 2nd and 8. And off 2nd and 8, they're going to await their play call. Receiving it is Aiden Brusco. And North seemingly flustered. So Cabo in the shotgun. Hands this one off almost immediately. Brought down after a gain of about 5 yards is Brian Kadish. So a critical 3rd down now coming up.
Cannot have 2 drives just stall out this quickly. They've got to convert on this 3rd down, try to build really something of anything to build on that side of the ball.
So we'll see how the Indians fare on 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Quick handoff. Goes to the hands of Colin King and brought down behind a line of scrimmage.
Yeah, each of the King brothers getting involved here on each side of the ball. Special teams and now the offense, but just nothing really there for him. Or excuse me, that was Colin on the return too, wasn't it?
That was Colin on the
So
return.
that's my
Brendan.
mistake.
We haven't seen a highlight play out of Brendan yet.
Looks like the kicking team is on the field.
They're both sophomores.
They're twins.
They are?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Triplets, actually.
Interesting. So this ball rolls just up to the 30, a little bit of backspin, and it's going to go back to the 28. So now once again, the Truman Tigers are going to take the field and put their offense out there. Now, Ethan, you and Ethan are both on both sophomores at North. How was how should I put this? The energy with it being a game day?
Obviously, well, this team, to put it bluntly, hasn't had too much success over the years, but I think against a team like Truman, who we beat last year, there's optimism. I'll say that. There's optimism in the air.
You were optimistic. I'll give you that.
It's a process.
If you want to compare it to the Sixers, then I don't trust the process.
I was not going to compare it to the Sixers for that reason only.
You did say the process. I mean,
I said
that'll
process.
make that's the whole point.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Okay.
Evan House's pass completes to number 1, Curtis Berry.
So the pass there gets them to the 31. It's now going to be 2nd and 8.
Opening with the passing attack there is an interesting decision after we've seen, obviously, so much ground and pound.
So just what you were looking for there, Ethan, is Johnson gets maybe a yard, 2 if we're being generous. And it looks like, yep, we're going to get 2 yards off that. So 3rd and 5 coming up for the Truman Tigers.
Yeah, two pretty quick plays there. I thought they would try to maybe kill some clock with the advantage in the scoreboard, but 2 quick plays. Now it's a 3rd and medium. Obviously, they still can convert.
Watch the formation here. We could see the sweep be used once again.
Yeah,
stacking the box are the Indians. Going heavy on the blitz. They run it through the middle of the field. And absolutely no room for them there. 4th down, and it looks like the punt team is going to once again get out there.
Yeah, just kind of a quick 3 and out there. Not what you were looking for at all. Give it right back to the North offense. Maybe we get a return this time, maybe we don't, but... And now kind of some confusion for Council Rock North as they rush on the return team, but...
Yeah, it seemed like they were expecting them to go for it, and I don't know why you would, backed up so far in your own end.
We did see some aggression earlier.
That's true.
Was from farther up.
So, Bryce Beitler is going to be kicking it away, and we're going to get a timeout called here by the Truman Tigers. And we'll hear a quick word from our sponsor.
Finney McGee's Pub. Hey, if you're looking for a great spot to hang out, follow me over to Finney McGee's Pub, voted Best Irish Bar 2 years running in 2024 and 25, and this year's winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour is the place to be Monday through Thursday from 3 to 7 with $2.50 domestic bottles and some awesome food specials. And every other Tuesday, you can test your knowledge with Trivia Night. Finney's is also the perfect place to catch all your favorite sports games, so make sure you're following Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with specials and happenings. That's Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, right in Bristol Borough. We'll see you there. Dress to the Nines. At Dress to the Nine, you can turn your Chanel, Hermes, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton into cash without the hassle. With expert authentication, white glove service, and top dollar payouts, we make luxury resale effortless. Your style deserves a second life. Let us do the work at Dress to the Nines. I did have the opening lines for Dress to the Nines memorized. It was everything else.
Seems like the PA announcer is arguing with a fan. As here comes the punt from Beitler, almost blocked. And now Cabo thought about returning. And, sorry, not Cabo, that's Jack Steiner.
His coaches are definitely happy he didn't return that one.
Yeah, he would have been absolutely crushed there.
To the kick, it'll be 1st and 10 Indians from their own 40-yard line.
You confused there, Ethan?
I grabbed the piece of dust out of the air, opened my fist, and it wasn't there.
It's probably the microplastics. It's in your skin.
If I'm not here in the second half.
Lavosi, you're on standby. A handoff here. Goes to Kadish, and he is going to push ahead for about 7 yards. And we'll get an early 2nd and 3.
Yeah, those kind of plays right there, just trying to push the 2, 3. They are into it up here.
It
Oh my
is a
God.
crazy crowd response for this 2nd and 3.
You love to see it.
Ecstatic.
I mean, I've never seen a more exciting 6-yard rush in my life.
So the ball gets sent out to Owen Thompson. He's got daylight down the far side and brought down at the 30. A huge play for the Council Rock North Indians. As probably the longest run of their game gets them quite close to scoring position.
I mean, that is incredible. Finally, some explosivity from this offense. They'll try to capitalize it, and I think they got him the jump.
Yup, and they got him the jump.
Wow.
So that's going to be offsides. That's an easy one to call there.
And you can sort of feel the momentum shifting here in Walt Snyder Stadium. That's really the advantage of playing at home. You get 2 big plays even though you're down by 7. And now all of a sudden, you feel like momentum's wearing an Indians jersey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing of playing at home, and it's such a huge factor because once you get the momentum on your side, it's hard for the opposing team to take it back.
That'll help.
Yeah, that'll help there as Kadish goes down after a gain of about 1. So 2nd and 4.
Interesting to see what they trust their kicker from. I did not catch him during the warm-ups, but you'd have to imagine in most scenarios this would be 4-down territory.
So we're waiting for the referee to start play.
Not sure what's
And
going on.
I'm really confused.
Was there a timeout?
He gave the raise the roof signal. And both teams go
Vibes
back
guy.
into the go back into their huddle. Someone get this ref a JBL speaker.
Get him up here.
The play clock's not running. The
Yeah,
game
it hasn't
clock's not
changed. I
running.
was looking for that.
Really confused.
Oh, they changed the spot, I believe.
There's been some interesting stoppages so far this game.
Yeah, we saw Cabo last year. He's got legs. He played really mostly wide receiver and running back last year as the backup quarterback. So not surprising to see them let him use his legs early.
There you go.
Third time.
So the
charm.
QB keeper gets them ahead, and now Cabo throws the rock, and he is going to get it to Thompson for a gain of about 1. So now 2nd and 9 to go.
Sort of an identical screen pass to what we saw earlier for the explosion. We haven't really seen, if I'm correct, any downfield passing from the Indians just yet. As looks like a little bit more confusion, but they've got it done.
So 2 receivers on the near side. They're going to hand it off almost immediately to Kadish, and he is going to get about 5.
Wonder if they just run it up the gut twice here. Like I said, most scenarios you'd have to imagine this is 4-down territory trying to tie it up.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. We'll see how creative they want to get.
We did see a tush push in the last game. While the play was overturned, it was not for the formation. I think it was for a false start.
I was confused by that play. I got to go back and watch how that one went because that was almost identical to a tush push. You had both tight ends come in and start pushing, and an interception. He read the play like a book. Down the field goes Raheem Bradley to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and the Truman Tigers go up by 13. Oh my goodness. He saw the screenplay almost immediately.
I mean, you just kind of, it's difficult to run that same play 3 times in one drive and not expect, I mean, we've seen Raheem Bradley already in this game. He's shown he has incredible talent. So it's sort of predictable seeing that he would pick up on that eventually. And he just, I mean, that's just a great play. He picks up on it, takes it the distance.
You got an elite defensive back by the name of Raheem.
The same play 3 times.
And the Indians are waiting for their right guard to get out there. The snap here, the kick, it's up, and it is good. The Truman Tigers with just exactly 5 minutes remaining are up by 14, and the north end is stunned right now. Ethan, you got your hands on your head. This is a sight to see going in a half, especially if a run-heavy offense. It's tough to get back into these games. You're giving the ball back to Truman at half, and it's early. There's still a lot of time in this game, but if like you said, if momentum is wearing a jersey, it's wearing the white and the gold right now.
Absolutely, and it's so devastating because it really looked like they had taken the momentum there for a moment on that drive. What you can rest your laurels on, I think they're redoing the extra point here, but what you can kind of rest your laurels on is that they were in a similar spot a year ago. They were down late against Truman. They come back to win that game, but that's just really something that can't happen, especially as you were just a matter of plays away from tying that game up. I mean, that is just devastating.
So false start backs them up 5 yards.
I mean, like you said, momentum wearing the white and gold right now.
This kick is up, and it is right on through the expressway. 14-0. We'll get a quick word from our sponsors.
Transcend Fitness. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience with over 8,000 square feet of brand-new name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a state-of-the-art outdoor fitness rig. Transcend takes every workout further, from personal training and group fitness to small group sessions and their specialized speed school for high school athletes that it looks like Raheem Bradley's taken. Transcend is where results are built and limits are broken. Dress the Nines. At Dress the Nine, you can turn your Chanel, Hermes, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton into cash without the hassle. With expert authentication, white glove service, and top dollar payouts, we make luxury resale effortless. Your style deserves a second life. Let us do the work at Dress the Nines. And I mean, I don't know if we've seen a more drastic momentum shift in really a matter of 5 minutes here at this stadium.
Yeah, I mean, the home end is completely silent right now. It's just kick off and away, and this is a much more booming kick than we saw earlier.
Really?
A little less juice on it, and that is right in front of the end zone. So, with about 5 minutes to go, and I don't want to be called crazy here, but I feel like a few seconds should have ran off on that kick.
Yeah, I was looking at the play clock. Nothing changed. Or the game clock, rather. But...
Oh, sorry. Wait. What am I mistaking? Game clock does not start until the ball is in the hands of the kicker.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But for Council Rock North, obviously, you just can't make those kinds of mistakes, especially on it. You were having such a great drive. And got to have the memory of a goldfish there. Just flush it out, get back to work. But obviously, that is so much easier said than done. Really interested to see how they respond here and how Truman responds as well.
2 receivers on the near side. It won't matter off the toss there as he is brought down standing. They'll get the whistle after forward progress was stopped.
And I mean, for Truman, your defense looking this good early is really an encouraging sign. Their defense struggled a lot last year. In a span of 3 games I'll do, against Quakertown, Cheltenham, and Ben Salem to end their season, they gave up 100 and I believe 46 points, if my math is correct, in a 54-14 loss, 50-14 loss, and 42-13 loss. So this is really a polar opposite.
Anyone ever tell you should be a mathematician?
No.
Good.
My math teacher told me to.
As he's got some open room to throw the ball, and just out of the hands of number 16, Jack Steiner. And Cabo not able to connect with him on that pass.
Yeah, that's just one you got to have. Your man's open. He just puts a little bit too much on it.
And you can tell they're working in more of the pass here. They're going to work in more of the pass here on this drive to try to get themselves back into the ball game. You don't get the ball back at the half, so you gotta
score.
You gotta score here, especially if how well the offense for the Tigers have been playing. So Cabo back into the pocket, throws one across the middle of the field, and oh my goodness, dangerous territory that one got swatted up into. Getting a hand on it there was Damarian Melvin.
I mean, what a sequence here from Truman. I mean, they are just reading right through the North offense right now after kind of struggling for the first half of the previous drive. I mean, they are playing perfect right now. And to your point with the mathematician, my math teacher actually told me to underride. So
Yeah.
there's that with the mathematician.
The way they're playing right now, we got to check if there's a camera on this sideline because they are absolutely reading their playbook. You like that one? That was good.
That was
That was
good.
good. Let's go. Thanks.
Where
Thanks,
is Connor
Bosi.
Stallions?
Yeah, where is Connor Stallions? But I mean, that's just what you're going to see out of a very experienced coach like
Yeah.
Truman has. Mr. Frank McArdle.
I mean, he was the Northeast Times Coach of the Year in 2018. It's safe to say he knows what he's doing. And
You know,
it's insane.
I was actually the 2006 Times Magazine Person of the Year.
It's in your Instagram bio,
It
correct?
is. Look it up. That's true. All of you at home wondering, how is this guy Times Magazine Person of the Year? Look it up. 2006.
He's just got motion like that.
Exactly. So this one is often punted. A short punt lands at the 48 as it stops momentum.
North friendly bounce there, but obviously still great field position for the Truman offense, which has had quite the break.
And there is a penalty on the last play.
So here we go. The Truman Tigers are going
You feel like you can really bury the
go
hatchet
on
here.
defense.
What's going on?
I'm really confused because the chains haven't moved.
Are they saying Truman touched it? It certainly didn't look like that to me.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be something on the receiving team. It's
It's-
a block in the back.
It's worth noting that on the sidelines right now for Council Rock North, backup quarterback Gavin Costello is taking reps.
That is actually an important note.
Gavin saw him on the freshman team last year. He's quite the talent, really, in many sports. And
So
as far as I know, he has not seen any action with the varsity team just yet. So that is something definitely worth watching.
The assist to the kick.
So they do assess the penalty after the kick, and finally the chains are going to get moving
There we go.
down to the other side of the field. So we're just waiting for them to get down there, and the play clock will start moving once they're locked down on the ground.
Wonder if they send in Costello. I suppose maybe they trust him more with the passing offense if they send him in at all, that is. I'm very curious about that, but we'll have to wait.
Yeah, it might be a halftime change that we see that.
I mean, they could be going down 3 scores. You feel like if you're Truman right here, you can really bury the hatchet.
So ripped down behind the line of scrimmage. They might rule him just at the line of scrimmage. That looks like what they're going to do. Johnson had no room to run on that play.
If North could replicate that quick 3-and-out they got last time, that would be huge. But obviously, this is a very well-rested unit on both sides. Obviously, the last score coming from the pick 6 from that man at the bottom of your screen. Number 2, Raheem Bradley, who has had such a great start to this game.
2 backs with Hauser. Hands it off immediately to Johnson, and Johnson gets a gain of about
The passing offense, that's been one of the crucial differences between these two offenses is we haven't seen any downfield or much of any downfield passing from North at all. Meanwhile, for Truman, more of their explosive plays have come from the deep ball, the one we saw from Council Rock North obviously being just out of reach. They haven't hesitated to run on 3rd and long before, though.
3rd and 8. If North gets it back, they might be able to run a 2-minute drill. Hauser throws this ball deep to Raheem, and he is going to bring this one in. And I mean, you got to lock him down right now. This has been incredible.
I mean, he's just taking control of the game on both sides of the football. It's something you don't often see. It's incredible. We really get to see it every week. We saw it last week with Nate Sidlick. Now we're seeing it with Raheem Bradley, just doing it on both sides of the ball. They don't have an answer for him. That's something they're definitely going to talk about at halftime. They do not know how to stop him yet, and it's going to be a long night if they can't figure that out.
Tell you what, one of the things you always get nervous about, I'll elaborate. Johnson now on the far side gets up for about a gain of 7, so 2nd and 3. But one of the things you get nervous about is when you're calling a game like this where The away team is up by 2 touchdowns, and the momentum's on their side. You got to be really careful with calling the game because we are sitting in the home stands, and I'm not ready for our broadcast table to be flipped.
I know these people. It's okay. I can negotiate.
All right.
I might flip the table.
Honestly. There's another handoff there. This one is going to go to Gavin Stone. He listed as a running back, but he's basically been playing fullback this game.
What was even worse is in the middle of Grundy with people walking in front of the camera.
Grundy was
That was great.
rough times. Nothing great about that.
That was awesome to look back on.
Look back on. Sure, we'll go with that. As Johnson picks the ball, and he was tripping and falling his way down to that stop. So gets right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
Max Turnit's been a big part of each. They're doing the backflips again. This gets me every time. But Max Turnit's been a big
Easily
part.
distracted over here.
I mean, it's incredible. I can't do one, and here they are doing 9 in a row. Regardless, Max Turnit's heavily involved on both sides of the ball.
So Hauser tries to throw this one, and that could possibly be argued for PI.
And 9.
But 3rd and 9.
Feels like every time they throw the ball, they're going for it all. And you can't blame them when you have that duo.
Yeah, I mean, Raheem Bradley has just been pushing off the defensive backs all game. And they have been quite good at it.
See how North decides to use their timeouts. If I remember correctly, they still have 2 remaining.
Yeah, with only 54 seconds on the clock, Hauser steps back, throws this one, looking for Bradley, end zone. It's good. The Truman Tigers go up by 20.
I mean, that's killer. With such a slow offense that North operates, that is killer. And they get the ball at half.
And they get the ball at half. This sideline looks deflated right now.
I mean, North has to be ready for that. That was the same play, the same route. And he overthrew it. He just said, let's do it again. And it worked. You just can't have that work.
You got to think at some point you got to put double coverage on Bradley here.
For sure.
He's just been absolutely dominant all game.
I mean, you got to have your best guy just following him, shadowing him every play.
He has been responsible for every single touchdown this game on both sides of the ball.
Safe to say I know who I'll be talking to after the game. At least he makes my life a little bit easier in that regard. So we get a jump, another jump on the point after. Interesting.
Against the Indians.
Never mind. Not on Truman this time.
Yeah, that one's going to be clear as day. So we'll wait the kick. And 46 seconds the Tigers have to...
Are they going for
sorry,
two?
not Tigers. The Indians have to work with. But it looks like they're going to go for 2. They're going to send the kicking team off the field.
Cruel and
And Yup,
unusual
Hauser-
punishment was outlined and outlawed by the Constitution, as I learned in my social studies class today.
Is that what you're calling this right now?
Shout out Mrs. Danello. This feels like both of that right now.
You're going to have to lawyer up, Ethan. So here we go. The Tigers with Hauser under center. Johnson tries to push his way through, but they stop him on the 2-point conversion. And this will stay a 20-0 lead. And hopefully that one won't come back to bite Truman.
I don't really see why they would do that. Why not just go up 21-0? You get the ball at half. I guess you could do it again after the half, but
They got the penalty call, so they moved up.
I still don't see it. That's just me. But
I always kind of look at things a much more aggressive route when I'm play calling in NCAA 25.
that's my resume.
Making it out like I have coaching experience. Don't worry, I've brought back the Delaware Blue Hens to a national championship. I know what I'm talking about.
How
To
many?
all you viewers at home.
The 20-time national championship. But Frank McArdle certainly looked at it from an aggressive route as to try to connect that early in this game. I mean, he's just, I know I said this before, he's just such a fascinating character. I looked up an article about him. He was a strength and conditioning coach at Duke's football team and then transferred to being an assistant coach at Boston College. I mean, that is incredible.
It's a great resume to have.
You have to have faith if you're, I guess, a student at Truman that he can really get this team moving again, and look at them now.
The kick up and away. He's backing up, and not the move there as Kadish goes down at just about the 27. So 1st and 10, and they have 38 seconds to work with. Ethan, break down the kind of game you need to play with 38 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, to be honest, you haven't really shown you can do it down the field. You might just run this one out, take it to half, make your adjustments there. And Gavin Costello is coming out with the offense, so the backup quarterback is in. I'm curious to see if that's because they want to throw the ball more, or if that's just because they want him in over Cabo.
So Cabo on the sideline, Costello
really
in the shotgun, backs up, looks to throw, and does not connect with Kadish. And that is a tough sight on the first throw here.
He just kind of looked uncomfortable.
Sophomore quarterback.
I mean, he just didn't really look comfortable there. It was just kind of a awkward motion there, really, if you looked at it. But, I mean, to me, certainly that screams that they are going to trust Costello with the passing game more. But, I mean, he just didn't really look comfortable on that one. See if he just needs a couple plays to get in the rhythm. That's what you're hoping if you are Coach Garrett.
So Costello takes the snap, pass rush coming in.
A
quick pass here, finally connects with Kadish. And Kadish is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I kind of like what I'm seeing in the sense that they give him a couple passes, they let him get into rhythm going in the half, then he gets to take second half as his own. I mean, that obviously looked a lot better.
So 3rd and 11 upcoming.
I mean, Costello's got talent. There's no denying that. But see if he's got enough to come back from down 20-0 as we head into half.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout called.
That's half.
Sorry, yeah, that's half. They're just going to let the clock run out. That is interesting strategy. But as we head into halftime, we'll get a word from our sponsors in just a second. The Truman Tigers are up by 20. And Ethan, this is a tough one.
Yeah, absolutely, North. They've really only sustained the one drive, and that drive was the pick-6 drive. You just can't have that happen. It's been self-inflicted wounds from North, and to credit Truman, which I feel like I haven't been doing enough, they've played really well. They've come out here, they've played their style of football, they've ran the ball down their throat, and when they've needed to, they've aired it out. So give them their flowers. They played a great game here through the first half.
So the Truman Tigers marching band will take the field in a moment. We'll be back with you after this short word from our sponsors.
Follow me to Finny McGee's Pub, winner of Bucks Happening list for Best Irish Bar in both 2024 and 2025, and the 2025 winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour runs 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday, with $2.50 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Stop by for trivia every other Tuesday night. Finny's is the perfect place to catch your favorite sports games. Be sure to follow Finny McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finny McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
Welcome to Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience. With over 8,000 square feet of brand new, name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a cutting-edge outdoor fitness rig, every workout takes you further. Whether it's personal training, group fitness, small group sessions, or our specialized speed school for high school athletes, Transcend is where results are built and limits are broken. Come see how we are redefining fitness right here in Newtown.
Dress to the Nines Consignment Shop is the best place in the Newtown area to get your fashion styles for the upcoming fall. From clothing to bags to jewelry, there's nothing you can't find at the one-stop shop to up your style. To get in on the action, you can visit us at 9 North State Street or call at 215-944-8907, or you can always reach out to us on Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking the field is the Truman Marching Band for the halftime show here from Walt Snyder Stadium.
Tonight, we're taking you on a musical road trip across America's musical highways and byways.
From sunny California to the rolling hills of West Virginia.
With creative arrangements of music you'll instantly recognize, from legends like Neil Diamond, the Mamas and the Papas,
John Denver and Stephen Foster.
please welcome to the field the 2025 Truman Tiger Marching Band, presenting the Great American Road Trip.
That's all we want.
First, I can write this down. You can hit the song off if you go. All right, it's over. Last week, our band wasn't start until like 11. They disappeared. But opposite bands playing in different places. Yeah, like the visiting team played this. I'm speed up.
Snyder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except
right.
he wasn't present for any of the pictures. None of the team pictures. Oh wait, there he is.
That's his picture.
Nice. Yeah, number 10. Probably pretty pleased about that. When I was like, I don't have to use that picture. It was like, oh, I look so strong. Oh, that's unfortunate. Man. That's why you made the picture. They considering it. Photoshop online. Yeah. Make us do that. Yeah. If I'm like, oh, maybe it's a winning team. It goes money. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Oh my God, you're in the Caroline. Huh? That, yeah, I was too late. I'll get the final. I don't think mine's going to change. I guess you're not. I was wondering about this game or get 11. No, it's funny where when I picked second college, but you pick 11, it's kind of.
Newtown, Pennsylvania, here on the Rally Sports Network. We're under the lights of Walt Snyder Stadium, and the Truman Tigers with a demanding lead as they are up 20-0 and get the ball back. But we're going to see an onside kick immediately. It's touched the hands of one of the Truman players, and the Indians are going to start out with the ball. So scratch that. It's Indian ball.
I mean, that is huge. We were talking all towards the end of the second half about how Truman was going to get the ball. I mean, you love to see it, Coach Garrett being aggressive, shades of Sean Payton in the Super Bowl. That's awesome. Let's see if they can capitalize.
So just what they needed. They catch them off guard.
Steal a possession. That's huge.
And you got to steal a few here.
Yeah. I mean, to receive to begin the game, and then to get the onside kick, you start at their 41. That's great.
You can't say that Truman's been incredibly effective on offense, so there is the possibility of getting the ball back, but you got to count on your drives here if you want that to happen. A screen pass near side. He's got some running room, and he might be able to get the first down, possibly just short, but a great catch there out of Owen Thompson. Him and Costello connect.
Costello looking so much better, and that's that screenplay they seem to love so much.
Yeah, the signature screenplay there out of North.
And Costello, like we said, foreshadowing possibly more passing offense down by 20. You're going to need it. And, I mean, here we are already. And here's another.
Steps back and looks to throw, moving around the pocket effectively, and now airballs it out to the end zone.
That's the second deep ball we've seen North attempt, both overthrown. I mean, I'd chalk it up to Costello just for, I guess, being anxious. I mean, he hasn't come into the game much at all during this season. That would have been a huge momentum-shifting play. Maybe just got a bit too tense.
Yeah, it would have been a highlight reel play as he swerved out of the way of the edge closing in.
Wide open. But 3rd and short, got to be 4-down territory.
So here we go. Costello in the shotgun. Immediately hands this one off. And now Kadish is going to
I think he got it.
Get the first down. So they're going to keep the chains moving.
Interesting here is, even for later weeks as we set to see North and obviously other games past this one, is the offense looks a lot more balanced with Costello in the game and his ability to pass the ball. We'll see how that obviously translates for the rest of this half. Looked like something happened there.
And the QB keeper, they're going to play through, and Costello is slammed down to the ground off the hit there from Gavin Stone.
Looked like
two-way player.
There was some confusion among the snap count for the offensive line, which kind of just blew that one up.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a
new quarterback.
That's a good
and sophomore quarterback.
Good read there by Gavin Costello to know if the play goes down, you got to roll out.
I think one of the characteristics they really like about Costello is his mentality as a sophomore, being on the varsity team, and even obviously starting in the second half. We talked about goldfish memory in the first half after North had thrown that pick six. I think he's got that really great, almost to a T, for someone who's 15 or 16 years old as a sophomore.
3rd down and 8.
And he can gain familiarity with the system. And we saw that with South and how much of an edge that gives them.
3rd and 8. Costello lets this one rip. He connects with Thompson, and Thompson gets the first down and some more. Still standing. He is brought down at the 3.
I mean, how different does this feel? They got the passing game moving. They don't have to sweat on these 3rd and longs anymore. They can have faith in their quarterback to sling the rock. I mean, it's just a totally different feel, but I mean, you got to stay on your toes if you're North. Obviously, the last time we saw them put together a drive like this, it ended in that devastating pick six, so they know that every single play down by 20 has got to be as close to perfect as perfect can be.
So here we go. From about the 9-yard line is where he stepped out. And he is going to be brought down after a gain of 2. Not much room to run there.
Not at all.
We'll see if they give him the green light to throw in end zone.
Like I said, I think the only reason that they would have turned to Costello is because of what we've seen. They passed the ball, I feel like, twice as much as they did in the first half on this drive alone. Back to the run.
So they hand it off, and with daylight is Chernitz. He is down just short of the goal line. So they're going to need another play.
Going to put in Cabo. I wonder if they have him keep it.
Yeah, we might see a QB keeper. He's going right under center. He's just going to sneak through, and flags are all over the place. This one's probably going to be a false start on North.
I mean, that's the, on paper, having two quarterbacks they can use situationally is great until the snap counts get funky. Like, you have Cabo, who I imagine runs it a bit differently. He's a senior. He's been in the system for a couple years compared to Costello. This is his first year with the varsity team.
It's a false start.
Yeah, especially if it wasn't communicated that Cabo was coming out there.
Cabo looks like he's going to stay out there.
Nah, Cabo's coming.
I think he's getting the play.
Yeah, it's Costello and Cabo standing next to each other. So, yeah, Costello is going to go out and take this play. So we might see a throw out of him, and the end zone gets a lot tighter when you're this close to it.
Ryan Thompson's been the favorite target among each of these quarterbacks so far. I'd watch him 17 at the top of your screen. They got him on an island with Raheem Bradley. That'll be fun to watch.
Costello under center. Looks to hand it off, but he's going to keep it himself. He's turning on the Jets, and North is going to score. Put 6 on the board.
I mean, they put in Costello. You think they're going to throw it, and he just takes the simple option. No one is there for a Truman defense that's done a great job at reading the defenses in that first half. They just didn't see that one coming. It's a play we haven't seen North run all night. And how different did that feel? You can't really put it into words, for lack of a better word, the vibes from that first drive compared to anything we saw from Council Rock North in the first half. And now they're on the board. It's only a 13-point game. You look back to that failed 2-point conversion, you feel like it's a whole new game. That was huge if they can capitalize.
Yeah, so Truman are going to look to respond. Watch out for the onside kick this time, but we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, if you're looking for a great spot to hang out, follow me over to Finney McGee's Pub, voted Best Irish Bar 2 years running in 2024 and 25, and this year's winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour's the place to be Monday through Thursday from 3 to 7 with $2.50 domestic bottles and some awesome food specials. And every other Tuesday, you can test your knowledge with Trivia Night. Finney's is also the perfect place to catch all your favorite sports games, so make sure you're following Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with specials and happenings. That's Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, right in Bristol Borough. We'll see you there. And Dan, we saw Council Rock North get a pair of quick 3-and-outs in the first half. If they could get one here, that would be huge in an offense that just feels so rejuvenated. I mean, just look at the body language on the sideline. You can barely see it on your screen, but it feels like they're treating it as if it's 0-0. It looks like, at least. Obviously, hard to gauge from up here, but feels like that offense, new sense of confidence, but also talking a little bit too much here, but Truman's offense also looked very good. So, interesting to see. They were able to stuff that running game towards the end.
This ball is launched down to the 2-yard line. They're going to receive it, and he escapes out to the near side. He's got some room to run, steps back, and is now brought down at the 49. What a way to make good out of a bad situation there, Jasir Mitchell.
Thing is, for Truman, that's, I feel like, an equally amazing play when you just gave up that touchdown where your defense kind of got ran through. You get the great field position for your offense, hoping to establish that running game. Obviously, they've had the explosive plays down the field. I'd imagine they lean on number 2, Raheem Bradley, like they really have all night. I think a heavy dosage of the run in the second half, but obviously we'll have to see how this game develops.
So here we go. It looks like a run formation. They put into motion Raheem Bradley, and they're going to just hand it off here to Johnson, who is met at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
You don't want to rest on your laurels if you're Truman. It feels like North has dominated every play of the second half. Obviously, it's so early, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but They get, like I said, they get one of these quick 3-and-outs, give it back to their offense. You feel like the game is flipped on its head. And again, you foreshadowed when they went for 2 and did not get it. See if that veers its head.
So 2 backs lined up with Hauser. Hauser takes the snap, looks to throw. Throws this one to the outside slot. And bringing it in is Raheem Bradley.
One of the adjustments there, we see you mentioned them possibly double-teaming Bradley. Wasn't much of a double team, but they just had just more guys on his side. Watching him with a eagle eye. And interested to see if they don't get this 3rd down. Obviously, will they go for it on 4th or will they trust their defense? You're kind of in a no man's land. You could either choose to pin him back or choose to roll the dice. But we did just see what North did with the good field position. See if they even get to that point.
Watch the matchup on the far side as that's where the throw's going to be. And just out of the hands there of Raheem Bradley.
That's big. That's really big. And it looks like they're going to stay out there.
So a big play coming.
Never mind.
Nope, they're going to send their punt team out. And ahead so much, it might be a good idea to press North so far in their own end.
Yeah, I do agree with the decision. I think punting it is the right decision here. You have to consider that that drive that North just had was aided by the great field position. So if you can pin him back deep here, put some faith in your defense.
So this ball is just shorted and fair caught by a number 16, Jack Steiner, who's been their punt returner so far this game. So Council Rock North Indians take the ball here at, they're going to mark it the 24.
Don't want to jinx it. But you feel like there is a newfound sense of both like life and energy for Council Rock North here. Obviously, that can change so fast.
I think you are getting well ahead of yourself here, Ethan. That's my personal opinion. Coming from the unbiased standpoint.
I'm optimistic. We'll see what they can do here.
The Indians hand this one off. And still standing is Kitish for a gain of 11 to start the drive.
There you go. I mean, an offense that really looked pretty stale in that first half, rejuvenated. Obviously, like I said, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. Very excited, but pitch perfect start to the half.
Well, I would say we've seen a lot of North starting their drives
they know how to
very
come back.
well, but sustaining it, we've seen a lot of trouble. I'm not going to lie to you here,
I
Ethan.
think you put in faith that you got the new quarterback. I think if you want to be optimistic, you put in that. If you want to be, I don't want to say pessimistic. I don't think that's the term. But I guess looking at what had happened before, you think about it that way.
Well, I got to say I am outnumbered to Council Rock North boys in the broadcast booth, Ethan Lavosi and Ethan Whitney.
Lavosi's into that, I think, Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, Lavosi's watching Thursday Night Football over there as he's on our camera.
Also foreshadowing, Truman, like we mentioned last year, it was a come-from-behind victory. I'm getting way ahead of myself, I am aware, for Dan to my left and the viewers at home. But gotta have some hope.
If they jinx it, everybody, you can contact Ethan Whitney. I'm sure if you check the followers section of the Rally Sports Network Instagram page, you'll find him.
120. Oh.
It's the throw there to Costello, from Costello, gets to Thompson, and he has been his favorite target.
Hey, 121 East homeroom tomorrow. Find me. I'm not going to jinx it.
He runs it.
Fine.
Okay. Standing on business is Ethan Whitney. Joining you tonight in the broadcast booth is myself, Daniel McDevitt, Ethan Whitney on color, and on the camera is Ethan Lavosi. As Costello is going to QB keep this one up the field of about 4 yards. So it'll be a 3rd and 1. They seem to be in a hurry up to get this play started.
Oh, thought he was short.
Oh, yeah, they're
I
going
thought it was short.
Yeah, I thought he was short too. They're going to mark it as a first down for the Indians. So it surprised everybody.
Some confusion.
1st and 10 from their own 46-yard
For us and for Council Rock North's offense. See if they burn a timeout here.
Yeah, the play clock now at 10, ticking down. Waiting for their play call. Costello takes the snap and hands this one off almost immediately to Kitish.
Yeah, I would have liked to see some sort of stoppage there. It didn't really look like anyone knew what was going on. But ultimately, you eat the 1 yard loss, get to 2nd and long.
So Kitish moves it
And you could see
behind the line.
My apologies there. You could see some confusions with the signals because obviously, like I said, Costello doesn't have the experience in this system. So obviously, it's a learning curve for everyone there.
Fakes the handoff. Play action. This one almost intercepted. Again, Raheem Bradley reads the screen pass perfectly, and he almost had his second one of the night.
It's the same thing as before. They were running the same plays, and Bradley's just too good of a player to test him like that. So I think you've either got to, in the huddle, flip that to where he's not, or simply just call different plays. He's too good of a player to throw the same thing at him and expect a different result. And now you got the 3rd and long.
So 3rd and long. We'll see how Costello fares. From the shotgun, steps back to throw. He's got the open man, and it's just out of the reach there of Kitish.
We saw him on those throws out of the backfield struggle before. He's getting some advice from the senior Cabo on the sidelines. And obviously plenty of time. That's something you would like to have back. It's just that whole sequence there, the confusion on 1st down, you lose a yard. Then the 3rd down, just missing the guy.
The kick.
You'd like to have that back if you're obviously not just Costello, but the whole North coaching staff.
Yeah, definitely. That is a critical blow to North. So the ball's going to be caught at the 21st yard line, and the Tigers are going to get started here. The Tigers been in the lead the entire ball game. And we'll get a quick word from our sponsors after this short commercial break.
Welcome to Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience. With over 8,000 square feet of brand new, name-brand equipment, an outdoor running trail, and a cutting-edge outdoor fitness rig, every workout takes you...
Back. Welcome back to Walt Snyder Stadium, as this is going to be a 5-man rush. To the outside he goes. Off and away, turning on the Jets is Johnson. He's got daylight down to the 30, and he is ripped to the sideline. The Tigers with a huge play, but there's laundry on the field, and this one's coming back.
Wow. The roller coaster of emotions there is certainly something.
Holding call on the Truman Tigers.
Wow.
That is a rough one. Ethan, how critical is that?
Obviously, yeah, that's huge. And you see Will Cabo not in on the offense, gets the big tackle there. Obviously doesn't end up counting, but touchdown saving play. Now you get the hold. That's really if you want to think about it, a 70-yard swing almost there. Difference between 1st and 10 at around, I believe, would have been like the 35-yard line, and 1st and 20 at your own. I honestly can't see where they have the ball spotted. Around the 15-yard line. Ethan says 11. He just hates my guts.
So, from the 11-yard line, the Truman Tigers will get set here on 1st and 20. Hauser hands it off once again. To the far side goes Johnson. He is ripped down.
Ball came out, I believe, but clearly after the play.
Yeah, whistles were blown well ahead of the tackle. His forward momentum just completely stopped at that line of scrimmage.
And if you're thinking long-term for field position here, you pin him back at what would be, if you can get the 3 and out here, get the ball around the 50-yard line, got to think long-term like this for North. For Truman, just one play at a time. Keep the clock running. get back to what was working in the first half. You just bit yourself in the foot really badly there. Got to get back to what was working. See if they go deep. We haven't seen too much of that at all in the second half.
Hauser once again hands it off to Johnson,
That'll work.
and he is sandwiched between the two linebackers there. They tear him down to the ground.
Yeah, I think one of the bigger differences that we've seen from the North defense, and not exactly just in the first half and in the second half, but as simple as it gets on drives where they get the stops and on drives where they don't, was how the front seven performed. It's going to come down to them, and they know that. So there's a lot of pressure. Now you got the third and about 11, and I think all eyes are on number 2. He has been unbelievable.
So the crowd getting into it for a huge 3rd and 11. We're seeing a wildcat formation as Raheem Bradley was going to take the snap, but timeout called. Truman Tigers.
Oh, that was wrong.
So they're down to 1 timeout left. North with 3. Get a quick word from our sponsors. Take it away, Ethan.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Transcend Fitness Club, Newtown's premier boutique-style fitness experience with over 8,000 square feet of brand-new name-brand equipment and outdoor running trail on a state-of-the-art outdoor fitness rig. Transcend takes every workout further, from personal training and group fitness to small group sessions and their specialized speed school for high school athletes. Transcend is where results are built and limits are broken. I think one of the more fun parts, sort of separate from the game, is how emotional each of these coaches are. I mean, these are two guys that are not hesitant to get fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, they are football guys.
It's fun to watch from up here. Not too fun if you're in the huddle, I'd imagine. Depending.
Depending on what the scoreboard looks like. If you're wearing a white jersey, might be a much more calm conversation. So wildcat formation. Bradley in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Lane closes. He is weaving his way through the defense and brought down at the 29. It's not enough.
Yeah, fantastic effort there from Bradley, but that would have been a heck of a play to pull off. It's 4th and want to say 5 or 6. Have to imagine, or excuse me, 2. I was looking at the wrong place. 4th and about 1 or 2. Have to imagine, and yeah, the punt team will come out here.
Yeah, the punt team now out there. They're not going to take the risk this time.
I think that's the right decision again from your own 28-yard line. And for Council Rock North, sort of to draw a parallel to Council Rock South, I feel like every game we do for them, we see something explosive on the special teams.
I am not seeing the punter out there. So Hauser is out there right now.
Wow.
And they are going to go for it. The handoff here to Johnson. And he is blown up behind the line of scrimmage. North ball. That one could be a game turner.
I cannot believe they just did that.
Oh, man, in their own end.
I mean, we talked about aggressiveness earlier, but I cannot. Maybe you've got a different perspective than me. I cannot wrap my head around that one.
Yeah, that just does not make sense to even go in that situation, but we're going to get a quick word from our sponsors, Dress to the Nine, to be back with you after this short injury timeout.
Dress to the Nine's consignment shop is the best place in the Newtown area to get your fashion styles for the upcoming fall. From clothing to bags to jewelry, there's nothing you can't find at the one-stop shop to up your style. To get in on the action, you can visit us at 9 North State Street or call at 215-944-8907, or you can always reach out to us on Instagram.
Follow me to Finny McGee's Pub, winner of Bucks Happening list for Best Irish Bar in both 2024 and 2025, and the 2025 winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour runs 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday, with $2.50 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Stop by for trivia every other Tuesday night. Finny's is the perfect place to catch your favorite sports games. Be sure to follow Finny McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finny McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
So Gavin Stone helped off the field after going down following that 4th down play. And now the Indians are going to storm the field to see what they can do behind by 13.
Again, great field position. Like I said, I just can't wrap my head around that play call. See if North takes advantage of it here.
The handoff here, rolling out to the near side. Costello throws this one on the run. This one is intercepted. Down the near sideline he goes. And what a beautiful read of the ball. Taheem Watts just jumps in front of him. And it was his all day.
And Costello knows he can't throw that ball. I mean, there was a safety behind him. If that ball is going to get caught, that has to be somewhat underthrown. But obviously you have the defensive back below him. I think that's one you just have to tuck and run with. And that is just gut-wrenching.
So, off the field moments ago was the Truman offense, and now right back to it after one play.
You give him the benefit of the doubt maybe because he's obviously a sophomore, but that's just one he knows he can't throw that ball.
Offense owes some dinner to the defense tonight, as they are going to blitz quickly, but Johnson has some running room down the near sideline and falls the 45.
Yards after contact there. You see morale maybe starting to play in effect. I mean, we've seen two really. You look at those 2 interceptions, you take off 7 points from the board if they don't throw the pick six, and you maybe add 7 to the board if they don't throw that interception right there. It's been a game of just, it doesn't look as close as it might be if North hasn't made these self-inflicted errors.
So a minute and 50 on the board. And here we go. A handoff to Johnson. And the ball might have gotten out, but Johnson gets back on top of it. He's going to be given 2 yards, and now 2nd and 8.
Very big drive for Truman right here, and you feel like if they score, you don't want to call the game over before it is. You feel like if they score here, though, they've got this one kind of in the bag. As North's been able to hang with them here in the second half, you feel like if they put up 6 points here, they're in full control like once again.
So, only 5 linemen, the tight end standing.
Oh.
And that's an early jump. We'll see who it's going to be on. False start. Offense, they're pushing back Truman.
That's big. Each play feels bigger. You don't want to let North back into it. I mean, we even saw that with Cheltenham and Council Rock South to draw a parallel. Cheltenham just couldn't stick the dagger, and South's able to hang in there. Long enough. They storm back to win it. So every team in this league knows they've got to take advantage of 20-0 leads, and it looks like they will.
Time's still a big factor as Bradley falls at the 45. 3rd and 10.
They can run out the clock for the 3rd quarter here. I imagine they will. It's going to look like North is going to need exactly what they needed a year ago. 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. But they'll take it down. And it has just been self-inflicted wounds from Council Rock North. That's been the story of the night as we enter the 4th quarter.
So that is going to take us into the 4th quarter, and we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors, Finney McGee's Pub and Dress to the 9.
Finney McGee's, hey, if you're looking for a great spot to hang out, follow me over to Finney McGee's Pub, voted Best Irish Bar 2 years running in 2024 and 25, and this year's winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour's the place to be Monday through Thursday from 3 to 7 with $2.50 domestic bottles and some awesome food specials. And every other Tuesday, you can test your knowledge with Trivia Night. Finney's is also the perfect place to catch all your favorite sports games, so make sure you're following Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with specials and happenings. That's Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, right, Bristol Borough. We'll see you there. Dress the Nines. At Dress the Nines, you can turn your Chanel, Hermes, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton into cash without the hassle. with expert authentication, white glove service, and top dollar payouts, we make luxury resale effortless. Your style deserves a second life. Let us do the work at Dress the Knots.
So here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Truman Tigers. They lead by 13 with the board showing 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go. That's interesting.
Huh.
Should be 12. There we
There we
go.
are.
There's 12.
And I'd have to imagine for Truman, with only 12 minutes left to go, obviously time on their side, just pounding the rock. You don't want to make any. You don't want to give North more. I guess simplest way to say it is points, but just keep it simple, kill the clock. And they've obviously got a great arm under center when they need it.
Hauser, he's going to throw. Tosses this one, tries to get it to Bradley, and it does not reach him. And Hauser did not seem happy about the hit from Hutchinson. He got there quick.
Yeah, North's front seven making the impact there. We've got a injured player. Garrett comes rushing onto the field.
Yeah, so it looks like we got a player down, and we're going to step away. We'll be back with you after this injury timeout. Welcome back to Walt Snyder Stadium. Daniel McDevitt joined by Ethan Whitney and Ethan Lavosi on the camera. Double trouble with the Ethans tonight.
Right. Double trouble on both sides of the ball to draw that in with Raheem Bradley. He has been the player of the game so far if you're just tuning in. But North's going to get the ball back after they get the stop on the defensive side.
Stern, it's back deep for your Indians.
So the Tigers are going to blast this one away. This one is going to bobble around at the 30. And the Tigers are going to grab onto this one before it can go any further.
Feels like every drive is a must-have right now for Council Rock North after spoiling that opportunity. You really might only have 2 or 3 drives left, and you're down by 2 scores, so that's as simple as it gets. Gotta have it. Feel like every play is 4-down territory.
Yeah, you can't kill any time here. You gotta watch that clock like a hawk. It is
like a golden.
Father Time can catch up with you quite quickly.
I think it's worth noticing to look a little bit forward what the plan is at quarterback moving forward, as Costello started the entire second half.
Yeah, you never know. It could be injury. Well, that's not likely because
yeah, Cabo still played.
He still went out there for a few
whistle.
plays.
On North, I did not catch the signal.
Probably going to be a false start. They look like they're moving it back. Yeah,
it was before
about 5,
they got set. I believe.
So there was a penalty on the Indians. It was a delay of game.
Delay a game. Yep,
now.
that'll do it.
Can add that on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to be good on clock management.
And just on offense.
So, snap the ball. Costello, screen pass. Bubble screen it was. And now a beautiful play out of there by Brian Kadish. A little early there with the PA announcer.
A little bit.
I'm not going to lie.
He's excited, but we got North has, I think, some great skill positions that sort of get overshadowed sometimes. You just give it to your guy in space, let him work. He gets a nice block. And now, just like that, after the delay of game, well, he's taking the words out of my mouth there, but 1st and 10 from the 45, or 46, rather. 47. I'm over 4.
Costello And going down in some pain there is Brian Kadish, who has been a key part of this offense. That's not good to see. Hope he's all right.
Can't say I've seen that. He kind of just like pushed it out of his hands, the ball there. But worked.
A toss here. Gets past the line of scrimmage and moving for about 8. A good play there out of Colin King. What looked to be dangerous made into a good play, and now we got a player down from each side. It's a war of attrition right now.
Yeah, pair of sophomores getting the great play there. But this one for each side. This stinks.
Yeah, this is rough to see when you got a game going like this. So we're going to step away and give these players both time to hopefully get up and moving. We'll be back with you after this short injury timeout. Both players up on their own accord. Great to see that.
Hopefully just some cramps.
Yeah, it looked like it was just cramps. So a throw here. Costello's going to air it out. And this one out of the hands of Raheem Bradley. He almost had another interception.
Yeah, just the accuracy off there. Not enough on it. And Raheem Bradley, the incredible athlete that he is, almost comes up with that one. And now 4th down. You'd say it's decision time, but I don't really think it is. I think they have to go for this here, and it doesn't look like there was any hesitation. I mean, to me, if you get this here, you give yourself a chance. You don't, and this one's all but over.
This one is incomplete, and they're going to turn it over on downs. Oh, man, this is not good for Council Rock North.
Yeah, like I said, you had to have that one. You felt like if you got it, you keep yourself alive, you give yourself a chance. But new set of downs for Truman. They are as in control gets.
Yeah, this has not been a great sight out of this squad right now.
And Raheem Bradley, I mean, I feel like we've talked about him a lot, but it hasn't been enough. I mean, he has been on both sides of the ball the best player. And it's a blessing to get to see that 2 weeks in a row with Sidlick and now with Bradley. You're not going to see that often. I mean, it is incredible. He has had just a phenomenal game.
And they got a tough schedule coming up. I mean,
Yes.
You got a lot of conference games in a conference that's been incredibly tough this year. Flag on the play, that's going to be a false start. But we'll take a look over at the standings. I mean, this is a tough conference, and to finish your season, you also had to deal with a very hot Council Rock South team.
Yes.
So they're sitting soon to be, don't want to speak too early, anything can happen, but soon to be at the bottom of the Continental standings at 0-5, and that's just not what you want to see out of this squad as they get ready to face a bunch of really competitive Continental opponents this year.
You know, and for Truman, this is a big win. Getting on the road, if they get it. Obviously, like I said, don't want to go too far. But if they get it, it's a big win. Give themselves something to build off of for the first time this year.
Sweeps it to Johnson, and Johnson is flying down the far side. A gain of 20 off the 1st and 15. And Johnson has been spectacular this game, Ethan.
He has, and it's been him and Bradley on the offense. They've each been incredible. And really the little we've seen of their quarterback, Hauser, he's also been great. I mean, their skill positions, the formula I feel like is relatively simple. It's just get it to your guy and let him work his magic. And work their magic they have. I mean, that's why you've got 14 from the offense in terms of the scoreboard. And all you got to do is kill the clock, and they've done a damn good job at that.
Johnson moves this up 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. He's moving and grooving. You might see them shake it up here with a play to Bradley. So Hauser gets his play call.
To me, no reason to really change it up. Just pound the rock. Your defense, ever since that opening drive of the first half, your defense has looked phenomenal. Keep it simple. Kill the clock. Let your defense do its stuff. Worst comes to worst, you've got all 3 of your timeouts.
So another handoff to Johnson, and he is clobbered at the line of scrimmage. And now North is going to force a 3rd down.
Here's where the interesting decisions start to come into this game. Suppose it is 4th down from this exact same distance. Do you go for it? I would venture to say no. Like I said, put trust in your defense. But I think there's definitely a decision to be made there to try to kill more clock.
I mean, that entire play call is going to come down to the confidence you have in your punter if he can actually pinpoint it.
And obviously
pinpoint them right on the 10-yard line or closer to the goal line. But direct snap here goes to Raheem Bradley. And they are going to rip him down and force 4th. Honestly, in a situation, I'm not making the play calls, but if I'm making the play call,
Madden 26,
putting them at the 36-yard line when you could easily accidentally put them at the 25-yard line off a botched punt, I would go for it in this situation. Everything in my gut tells me to go for it in the situation if you're Truman.
I get the logic. They haven't had much success with it tonight, but they're going to agree with you. Big play right here.
All right, I am banking everything on this play. But so direct snap to Raheem Bradley. He's going to push out towards the outside, and North is going to stop him. They turn it over on downs. And North, with not a lot of time to spare, are going to get things started with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter.
You'd be hard-pressed to find grind and pound football on this drive for Council Rock North. They have got to move. Frankly, they've probably got 2 possessions left in this game at best. And you got to get 2 touchdowns to your 4-down territory everywhere. Can that offense rekindle that magic they had to start the half, or is the Truman defense going to come up big once again? I feel like I haven't been giving them too much of their flowers that they deserve. They have been fantastic all night long, and even when they've bent, they've got the 2 interceptions, so they've cleaned up their own messes when they've had to, and they are really, frankly, the reason that Truman is up by 13 in this game. So you get some great shots of the huddle there. Some anxious faces, some determined faces, and we'll see what that all comes up to.
Yeah, the defense out there for the Truman Tigers, they're ready to go. Penalty. Wow. Delay of game. Now that's
twice?
That's interesting. To start the drive, was nobody looking at the play clock to tell them to break the huddle? I mean, the Truman defense was already out there.
I mean, there's no excuses for that on everyone involved.
I want to hope it was in the plan. But Costello steps back, looks to pass. Outside, he's going to keep it himself, and it was all in the plan. He gets it straight to the 44, and it's going to be 2nd and 1.
I mean, you don't want to rag on that too hard since they just had that great play. I don't understand how that happens, especially twice in a game. But, like you said, maybe throw off your enemy.
2nd and 3, they marked him that he went out of bounds, and now switching stances here is Costello. He's going to make the toss and connect with his man, Owen Thompson. By far been his favorite target.
For sure, for both of these quarterbacks. You like the urgency you're seeing? I believe we are back. I like the urgency that you are seeing from Council Rock North. Apologies for the audio issues. They know they've got to move quick, and they've been. See if they can keep it up.
Costello steps back and tosses this one away. And I want to look back at that Costello play.
Yeah, he kind of flipped the shoulders.
I want to see if he threw with his other arm.
You saying he did like Patrick Mahomes, left-handed?
I mean, he switched stances. So it's the play before this.
I thought he just shifted his shoulders.
Listen, we don't got instant replay here, so. Looking back at the video now.
Remember when
So we get the play call.
first-year starter Patrick Mahomes did that, and that people couldn't believe it.
Okay, yeah. So he did just switch the shoulder.
No, we're gonna say he did it left-handed.
Yeah, we'll say he did left-handed. We'll hype up the highlight reel here.
Get that on huddle.
So Costello moving around. Flashes a Kyler Murray. Oh, no.
Flashes a Kyler Murray.
Oh, no. This one intercepted. And Truman get the ball. It's Nolan Goldie, the linebacker, coming in clutch. And this game might as well be put on ice.
Yeah, you wanted Kyler Murray, you got Kyler Murray. It just looked like a miscommunication there between the quarterback and the wide receiver, and I mean that's just straight to him. It's as simple as it gets.
I mean,
Rough night.
That's a rough one to take. Did his best to try and read the field, but the pressure was too much, and he just gave up a easy one.
And if this goes right for Truman, they might not get the ball back.
So a toss to the outside. In the game is Matt Missian, and he is off and away. Here comes the dagger. Touchdown, Truman.
Wow.
Wow is right. The Truman Tigers, 26-7. And the first handoff of the game, the sophomore takes it yard.
I mean, well, on the bright side, they're getting the ball back after just one play in the drive. The not Cheltenham, wow. The offense, rather, for Truman, wow, I'm really lost for words right now, has been incredible when it needs to be. They've done a great job at burning the clock in that time. You feel like it's almost just demoralization. And hold up, is this coming back? Whoa.
Uh-oh. There's a flag on the play.
Got ahead of myself. It's like the third time we've had this happen for each side.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play cleaner ball here.
Wow. I'd say if you want to watch more disciplined football, watch Thursday Night Football, but the Dolphins are playing, so I don't know if you're going to get too much.
What?
The Dolphins are playing, so I don't know if you're going to get much more.
Oh,
disciplined
I think the
football.
Dolphins aren't playing. I was like, what?
Yeah, they forfeited.
I was like, have they not taken the field?
Surprise, surprise, it's actually the Hurricanes out there.
Okay. Carolina.
Carson Beck. Oh, I was thinking college
Oh,
football.
okay. Miami Hurricane. You see, I'm ready for hockey season, okay?
sure.
I am locked in on hockey season. Just watch the Flyers Way documentary.
Haven't watched that yet. Want to watch it.
Really good. Really good.
We'll have hockey season here.
We will have hockey season here all season long. The SHSHL Suburban High School Hockey League is back on its home at the Rally Sports Network.
You said I was getting ahead of myself. We're months in the future right now.
Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be a short wait, only November.
Phillies will have won the World Series by then.
I would give everything for that, as
Whoa.
Missin is just dancing around the middle of the field. They finally get to him and rip him down. It's going to be about 7 yards away from the first down line. So third down here. And they are perfectly happy to take their sweet time. It is 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
You never want to say it's over till it's over. They've been unable to kind of get that dagger play, but wouldn't bet on it. I mean, their defense has looked really, really good.
North down 2 scores. They need to lock this down. And Johnson is met behind the line of scrimmage.
Into that one.
And now, fourth down, the punt team is going to trot their way out there.
And I think North uses a timeout. I think that's the right decision. You got to try to salvage all the seconds he got left. So 4:13 on the clock. This is big. If they can get the quick score, obviously big if.
We'll send it to commercial break in just a second.
Follow me to Finny McGee's Pub, winner of Bucks Happening list for Best Irish Bar in both 2024 and 2025, and the 2025 winner for Best Late Night Dining. Happy hour runs 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2.50 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Stop by for trivia every other Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to catch your favorite sports games. Be sure to follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
So back to Walt Snyder Stadium we go. The Truman Tigers are going to get ready to hunt things away. So here we go. You got to think the Indians are going to blitz as much as they can on this one. Off and away the punt goes. They almost got a hand on it. Now out of his hands. Oh no, it might be Truman ball. The Truman Tigers come away with it.
Truman.
That's got to be the dagger. They get the ball on their own side of the field. It's 20-7. Wow. Man, oh man.
I mean, Truman has played their best football, and there they just get sort of a lucky break, and don't want to say it's over, but that's rough.
So here we go. Stacking behind the line. They toss it out to Johnson. Gets it off the sweep, and he is rolling down towards the 26.
Yeah, Hauser can all but put his arm in a sling, you feel like, at this point. They're just going to pound the rock, kill the clock.
Yeah, you might see some Wildcats here.
Looks like we get a timeout. Garrett wants to have a talk with the referee.
Yeah, he's running out there to the
I don't
far
see
side
it.
referee.
I don't want to say there's a player down over there, but I don't see anything.
There is a player down, yes.
Blocked by the, I keep saying Cheltenham, the Truman offensive line.
So hopefully he's all right. Looks to be cramping. But we will be back in just a minute. Welcome you back to the booth here at Walt Snyder Stadium, as the player was able to get off the field on his own accord. That was number 6'7", Charlie Shepardson.
Just on the rock here.
Yeah, they're just going to keep running it. They are A-okay with doing that. And it looks like we're going to get another North timeout. Ethan, is there...
Say absolutely not. This has been a night for Council Rock North. Truman has absolutely dominated on both sides of the ball. North's had one good drive. It has been a clinic. So as much as I'd like to be devil's advocate here, I can't bring myself to do it.
So here we are with 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. The band on the Truman side has all the energy in the world.
They're doing great over there. Give them
they
their
could
flowers.
possibly see their team's first win of the season if they can close it out here. A Wildcat
Guess so.
formation, and you know Raheem Bradley is going to keep that ball.
I'd imagine they go for it. Not really a point not to unless they trust their kicker from this distance. Even then, it's still a 2-score game. I imagine they go for it. I don't really see a world where they don't. And yeah, it doesn't look like any.
You got to
Ounce
stop them
hesitation.
on 4th down here. You know they're staying out there.
I mean, it'd be.
There's no point to punt from this distance.
You feel like you'd need another onside kick almost to get back in this game for Council Rock North. Because even suppose they get the stop here and they score a 1-play touchdown, they've got now 0 timeouts and ball right back to Truman.
Honestly, if I'm making the play call for Truman right now, I tell Evan Hauser, sling the ball deep.
You want to kill for the kill?
I mean,
Looking to run some clock or maybe just throw the dagger.
I could see they haven't been able to cover Raheem Bradley all night long.
No.
And you know they're going to be expecting them to try to get short yardage here. We could definitely see the play. We're not going to see a throw. They are stacked up behind the line. We are not going to see a throw. So,
Oh my God.
a jump pass, and this one is intercepted by North. That was a unorthodox play.
You could say that. Well, you weren't fully wrong.
Who was the, well, it was, I said it was going to be Raheem Bradley catching the pass, but he threw the pass, so a little behind.
Got like a quarter of it.
Who,
I could not
I'm
tell.
trying, maybe you'll be able to jog my memory, Ethan. There was a NFL player who did that same jump pass.
Derrick Henry. It was
Derrick Henry.
I think it was
Derrick
in the-
Henry.
Did he do it in the playoffs or am I making that up?
Yes, it was in the, I'm pretty sure it was in the playoffs where he took the snap and then that exact same play we just saw.
Well,
So-
a different outcome.
A much different outcome.
J.J. Watt's caught a couple touchdown passes.
Gotta love a big man touchdown.
Not there, though.
Rolling out. And this one might have just been intercepted.
You've got to be kidding.
Nope, incomplete. They're going to rule it incomplete.
That would be unbelievable if he got that.
That would have been insane. He is so upset right now. You can tell by the body language. Paul Baldwin.
That's great mentality, though. Up by 13. Run the route again.
Run the route again. It's cut. Nick Saban, coaching legend. If you want to join us in the Rally Sports Network booth,
What does that have
you
to do?
let us know. I know he's watching. He loves Suburban 1 League Continental
He'll be in the
Conference
chat.
football. Is what a pass. This one connects him at the 35. What a beautiful play there. Saban, if you're watching, you'll let us know what you thought about that play.
That's our second famous, I guess, sports character we shouted out. It was Jason Tatum first.
Yeah, Jason
And-
Tatum, who taught you how to tie your very first tie. And, oh, man, he is putting on the wheels right now. Costello keeps it for about a gain of 5. So, second and, sorry, not 5. He's only going to be allotted 3. So, 2nd and 7 upcoming.
Guess they're saying that foot went out of bounds a bit earlier than I think even he thought. They're using Cabo. He's back to what he was normally last year in the skill positions, as you see him second wide receiver at the top of your screen. They give it to him, and he drops it.
Yep. Check if everything. Oh, and we're back. Lost the audio for a minute. That's not good.
You do what you can.
So, 3rd and 7, just like Nick Saban has 7 national championships. And Costello backs up the pass, looks to throw, gets it across the middle. There to catch it is Will Cabo.
Did he get
So,
it?
quarterback to quarterback connection.
Are they going to give it to him? They will.
Yep, they're going to signal first down.
So Cabo getting involved. Like to see it. He's a heck of an athlete. He's just been bouncing around trying to find his position on this team. I think that's what we've seen.
Costello again rolls out to his weak side.
Here
He's
we
going to
go.
keep himself, but he looked to be out of gas.
Yeah, and it's been a long night, frankly. So, not too surprising. And you even look at the differences. The Truman benches are empty, and you've got some on the bench for Council Rock North. I mean, that's been they've outlasted them, I think is one way to put it.
So we'll get ready for the play here. Steps back.
There we go.
Costello is going to let this one go, and the targeted receiver looked like defensive back Raheem Bradley.
Right. I don't know if there was a miscommunication there possibly on how deep he was going to run that route, but I mean, not to speculate, it almost looked like he gave up on the ball a little bit there. Because it was overthrown. We've seen that a couple times.
You get to a point in a game where you're trying to just come back. Trying to make anything happen.
Safe to say it's 4-down territory.
So Costello is going to give a quick pass to Owen Thompson, and he is going to get about 4 yards.
He has been one of the few bright spots.
Maybe 5,
tonight.
actually. Sorry, 5.
He has been one of the few bright spots tonight. Both quarterbacks really just leaning on him. He's had a good game. Safe to say. He's had heavily involved. So whether it's Costello or whether it's Cabo for the rest of the season, I think we can anticipate a lot of him.
Costello, pass rush closing in, moves out to the far side, lets this one go, and incomplete. 2 receivers in the area, but none able to pull it in.
Yeah.
And they turn it over. So here comes victory formation for the Tigers. So Ethan's going to step away, and he's going to go talk to Raheem Bradley, who is the reason for all 3 touchdowns in this game. Shout out to our incredible crew, color commentator Ethan Whitney, and cameraman Ethan Lavosi, all putting in incredible work tonight to make this broadcast possible. I've been Daniel McDevitt, play-by-play for tonight. And it looks like we're going to get a quick timeout here from Truman. They're going to talk things over. I don't know what there is to talk over. I mean, knee goes to the ground. Time runs out. You do it again. Then after that, you'll probably do it one more time, and then you win the game. So, not sure what there is to discuss. So here we go. Maybe they're going to run the ball. You know what? So yes, they are going to need the ball. So not sure why we saw them call a timeout. It does not make sense. Time's going to start to run out. And with that, Truman could win this ball game. I mean, it's almost a given. I'm going to give it the 99.9% chance. So we'd like to thank our incredible sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Transcend Fitness, Finney McGee's Pub, and Dress to the Nine for making our coverage possible. The band getting into it. So that's going to do it. The Tigers roar to life in Newtown, breaking through for their first victory of the year and proving they can rise to the challenge under the lights here at Walt Snyder Stadium as they take the final knee. This game is surely over. A statement win from the Truman Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We got Ethan Whitney bringing us the post-game interview. So as we said, do not go anywhere. Ethan will be bringing our post-game interview. He's down on the field as we speak, getting ready to talk to Raheem Bradley, who had an incredible night. Truly not a better showing. Just what an incredible scene for these Truman Tigers. Raheem Bradley responsible for all 3 touchdowns in tonight's game. Step away and be back with you in just a second. So taking it away with the post-game interview for Raheem Bradley. Take it away, Ethan.
I'm Ethan. Raheem Bradley. You dominated on both sides of the ball. They've been throwing it about getting caught. Both sides. What do you think really goes into just working hard throughout the week? Me and my team, we all worked hard. We had a great week of practice, and that translated to the game. Yeah, again, your first one of the season. How big is that for the rest of the year? Turn it around. It feels good. Next week we got Upper Dublin, looking to win that game too. Awesome. Thank you so much. Bradley, player of the game. Thanks.
Thank you, Ethan, for the post-game interview. And ladies and gentlemen, for one final time, that is going to wrap things up from Walt Snyder Stadium here in Newtown, Pennsylvania. The score tonight is going to be 20 Truman, 7 Council Rock North. As always, we'd like to thank our terrific sponsors, Transcend Fitness, Finney McGee's Pub, and Dress to the Nine for making our coverage possible. A big thank you as well to our broadcast team. Hosting the halftime tonight was myself and Ethan Whitney. On the high-angle camera was Ethan Lavosi. And right here in the booth with me, my partner and color commentator, Ethan Whitney. For all of us here at the Rally Sports Network, I'm Daniel McDevitt saying thank you for spending your evening with us. We'll see you next time. Good night from Walt Snyder Stadium.